Alafia everyone, and welcome back to Key Readings. It's another Reluctant Hero Tarot series video where we'll be exploring the internal limitations that keep us from pursuing our dreams and goals. Today we're going to be covering the fear of rejection. The fear of rejection can be one of the heaviest hitting things that block us from pursuing our goals. But a part of the path of life, of the human experience, is just accepting that rejection is going to be a part of it. While the fear of rejection may make us reluctant in pursuing our dreams, we have to accept that the dreams are bigger than that fear. Let's get into the messages, the channeled messages from our ancestors and spirit guides, and see what insight and wisdom that they can provide for us. As always, the first question is, how does the fear of rejection manifest in your life? The first card that we have is the Seven of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Wands, obviously we're struggling, we're fighting with ourselves. In reverse, it's an internal battle. These doubts and fears that crop up, it is derailing us from actually moving forward because we're so occupied with just dealing with the fear of rejection that we are not even thinking about the goal anymore. We're just battling with that fear. And a lot of times that fear can overcome us and keep us from moving forward. The fear of rejection can also manifest in us preemptively rejecting ourselves because we are already anticipating rejection from so many different areas and so many different other ways that we don't even allow for it to actually happen in the material space. We just let it all play out in our mind. That internal battle is so draining. It takes all of the energy that we would have towards our goals and just puts it back into dealing with this fear of rejection, dealing with the idea of being rejected. Just like before, we were talking about embarrassment, not wanting to be perceived. This is coming from the same root. I don't want to be rejected, so I would rather just not be perceived. So how does the fear of rejection derail us and make us reluctant to pursue our goals? And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. And this card is telling us that it is making us go, we're so stuck in the loop of going back and remembering all the times that we were rejected before that it is very emotionally heavy and emotionally discouraging for us to try and even think about something new happening. We are caught in living out this sort of depressive, negative perspective on I've been rejected so many times before. We kind of take on the identity of I'm a loser or I am a reject instead of using those past experiences as motivation and as a source of wisdom for the next attempt towards our goals. And we just find ourselves in a cycle going back over past rejections, anticipating new rejections, and preemptively rejecting ourselves so that we don't even pursue anything new. We don't pursue and try and put anything from our mind space into the material space. We also have the Judgment in reverse. The fear of rejection is derailing us. We're ignoring the call from our higher self, from our ancestors and spirit guides, from our own sense of self, the call to be greater, the call to fight for and work for reaching our highest possible potential. We're ignoring the possibility that the dreams and goals that we have could be even bigger than what we imagine and even bigger than ourselves. Instead, we're so caught up in the self that we are just continuously rejecting those higher self downloads, those ancestral downloads that come to us and urge us towards the path that will improve our lives and the lives of the people around us. So Spirit, how should we approach overcoming and managing the fear of rejection? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Take it slow. We have to go through the proper steps and methodology to actually developing an action plan. We don't do that. I know that I have been guilty of not doing that. I have the idea, and the idea gets me so inspired for a split second, and then I immediately start thinking about the negatives and the possibility of being rejected. Instead, what we should be doing is sit with the vision, sit with the idea that we have, think about all of the steps that we would take to getting to the desired result, and then actually write it down step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that we can actually understand and even more visualize and more materialize the future. So take it slow. Allow your ideas and visions to develop and start to take one small step towards them. Don't think about the next 40 steps. Think about this next step that is right in front of you that you can accomplish. The next step that is the most materially possible in the present day. What can you do right now, instead of thinking, what would happen if I did this and it didn't go how I wanted it? It is acknowledging the real reality that we will be rejected. We will come across someone or some group of people that rejects our ideas and rejects our efforts, but those aren't the people that we're supposed to serve. Those aren't the people that our message and our work is going to help. We need to see and hold on to the value that we know is in our efforts, in our vision, and in our work, so that we can use that motivation and focus on the value that we see for ourselves and others to reach those people. So the final question for this reading is, what is the first step that we can take starting today to manage and overcome the fear of rejection and go forward on our goals? For that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is asking us to take stock of the resources that we have now. You already have your idea. You already know what you want to do and what you are trying to pursue and achieve. So take stock of what you have in your environment today, right now, to move you further on your path to fulfillment. What is the materials that you have at hand? What are the resources? What is the next thing that you'll need to do to grow and nurture those materials and resources? Queen of Pentacles wants you to be realistic. The Pentacles and the Earth and Spirit wants you to come to terms with the reality of rejection. It just also wants you to come to terms with the reality and possibility of success and acceptance. Once we have that reality accepted, we can just then say, okay, this is the reality. What am I going to do now to go to the next level of my desired reality? We also have the Queen of Wands. Nurture your passion. Nurture your creativity. It can feel like too good to be true when you have these ideas and downloads and you have this vision for what you would like to happen in the future. And it can be scary, and that is why we go ahead and reject ourselves. But the Queen of Wands is asking you to fake it till you make it with the confidence. Be as confident as you wish that you could be in your idea. Try and look at it from a more objective view. Try and look back, try to step back from your own self and be your own cheerleader in that way. Queen of Wands really is just saying confidence, confidence, confidence. Fake it till you make it. If you can't even fake it, there is some small thing that you can be confident about within your idea and within your ability. Maybe you've never done this before, but you know what you have done and what you have accomplished. And the ability to accomplish those things in the past can give you the opportunity to build more success and build more opportunity in the future. Be a little bit delusional about your ability and a capacity to have positive influence in the world and in your environment. Be a little bit delusional. And I'm not saying go off the deep end, you know what I'm saying, but allow yourself to dream. What would you do if you couldn't fail? What would you do if Spirit came down and told you you're not gonna get rejected on any level? What would you do? To close out today, we are of course getting an oracle message from the Moonology deck, and we have work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. I can't say it better myself. Thank you so much for sitting for this message. I pray and I hope that it is received deep into your spirit and that it agrees with your destiny and agrees with your path and with your guides and ancestors, and that you're able to take this encouragement and motivation and run with it and reach new levels and new heights that you never knew was possible for yourself. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you would like a personal version of this reading, then you can book with me through my website, Key Readings. That's kireadings.square.site. It'll be in the description. Follow me on all my social media, and I will see you in the next video. Abodu, aboye, aboshishe, and